Greetings and salutations, humans. This is Froggy and Friends, and we're playing Gritten. Last session. Last session on Gritten. Our party of detectives got to Brybridge. They talked to the sheriff. Do you remember your conversation with the sheriff, everyone?
Yes. How could
Yes,
we forget?
I
Okay.
remember. I almost got bullet in the brain.
Yep. Then they all went to the mill, and yeah, then they went on a little tour of the swamp. They kept asking some strange questions and just really got some people thinking and wondering what their purpose was actually, if it was good or bad. Um, then after their little tour of the swamp, they decided that Calliope should get all dolled up and kind of work the bar. And after she left, Bo and Toady had kind of like a little of a dress-up session. Got to learn to dance. Toady got winked at and a thumbs up that she can do this, and someone went to their room. And Toady and Bo dropped the L words.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then after that, we cut to Calliope, and she definitely turned heads in the room. And Calliope and Wyatt. Let me see if I can quote this appropriately. You look dashing. First drinks on me before you do your thing. So she's standing next to Wyatt at the bar, and so is Silas right there, and everyone's eyes are on her. I'm gonna text Bo and Toady a question.
Oh no.
Jeez.
No, no,
I'm ready
jeez.
for it.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez, Rick.
What?
My cat is in my lap, and he started to fall and stick his nails in my leg to stop from sliding, and it was not pleasant.
Oh, great. Okay, so you're at the bar. So what did you? So Calliope and Wyatt, like, are you having a conversation? Silas, you're kind of looking at the bar itself. So
I would defer to Calliope's lead. I wouldn't want to get in the way of her Operation Man Snare or whatever.
Man snare.
Operation Man Snare.
I would thank him for his drink. But I would say I would then kind of just do my thing, I guess. By do my thing, I mean kind of stand off to the side of the bar and people watch.
okay. Are you staying by those two, or do you kind of split off from them?
I split off from them.
Okay. Well, everyone's attention was on you, and then they glance up at you every once in a while, but that's kind of what's going on at the moment. So.
Nothing interesting. Just regular bar stuff. We're supposed to ask around, right? For the.
I think we're waiting to see if those boys show up before we start asking questions.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're waiting
Yeah.
to see if the Cornhole family boys show up.
The cornhole.
Cause mischief.
But we don't know their names, but yeah.
I'm taking to calling them Cornholt Jr. in my head.
I flipped the coin. And I went heads or tails. Obviously, you would understand what's what.
Okay.
It landed tails.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So, okay.
Okay. Okay. So Calliope, well, Wyatt, what drink did you get Calliope?
Whatever she was ordering. If you were ordering the same, if you didn't have a preference, I'd have got you the same thing I was drinking, which I think was a whiskey.
Okay. She drank that.
Um, okay, so, you're actually slowly sipping on that drink, Calliope, and you're actually near the bottom of it. Right around that time, the doors kind of bust open. You've got there's 8 guys that come kind of barging in. They go straight up to the bar. They kind of push past you and like Wyatt and Silas, and go up to the bar. The smell off of them, they've definitely been working in the fields kind of smell, like kind of like dried hay and dirt kind of mix when they kind of walked in. And they're kind of rowdy, and then Wyatt and Silas, you can roll observations because you're watching the rest of the group.
Yes.
My dice. Let's see. 1. Ooh, 2 successes. Very good.
Okay.
3
And I got 3 successes because I rolled a nat. So with my focus, I got 3 successes.
Okay, so
Silence and Wyatt are on it.
Yep. Now, Silas, what you're noticing is because those guys pushed past you, you're noticing that the build of these guys, they're definitely workers in the field. They're farm hands, something like that. They carry themselves with confidence. So you're kind of reading them like a fighter reads them. Like every single one of these guys would not be a pushover in a fight.
Cool.
Wyatt, what you read, you were reading the rest of the room. Everyone else kind of, their head goes down and they're not looking in that direction.
Okay.
So because you got the 3 successes, I'm actually going to kind of go that kind of in a kind of like an insight. Like you're kind of reading into them. You definitely get the vibe that these guys have probably caused some trouble in the past, and these guys don't really want any. Calliope, you notice all this, and they order their drinks, and they notice Calliope, and they're starting to go over that way.
Oh, here we go. I also want to remind you, Froggy, that she kept all of her hidden items on her person.
Yes, I know you have all of your hidden items on your person.
Okay.
I'm so excited for this.
Silas has got some
I'm
good
gonna-
items.
I'm gonna look over at Silas and just very subtly give him the look like that. I've noticed what he's probably noticed, and so just I'm not as casual
Yeah,
as
he just like nod back, just, and he'd nod his head kind of towards Calliope, just like keep an eye on him.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so the situation is you've got 3 guys on your left, Calliope, 2 guys on your right, and the other ones are just behind you. They're like surrounding you.
Ooh. Okay. Did any of
And
them say anything?
the 3 to your left, like their elbows are on the bar. The one closest to you is like, "Well, miss, looks like you're getting low there. Do you want another drink?"
I'll take another drink.
Rob them for everything they've got.
Oh, Jeff popped off there. looks like.
Oh, I still see him. Wait, no, he's
I
frozen.
like the
Yeah.
picture for me. Just,
Haunt the mind.
nope, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
Well, he's back in one, but not the other.
Okay, so let me.
Jeff. Yes.
Oh, never mind. It paused again for me.
Okay, I'm just
Did
gonna.
this thing disconnect?
No, your audio's still
No,
good. Okay, so your audio. So, what do you say, Calliope? Like, I'll deal with that if we transition to him. So I'm just trying to. I need to focus on Calliope in this situation.
She would look over to the person and she'd say, "I'll take another drink."
All right. Oh, barkeep. Just make sure you give her a double.
Make sure they pay for it. We're not
Oh,
getting
yeah,
footed with the bill.
100%.
Oh. We all know that you're new here. Are you planning on staying long or anything like that?
Oh no, I'm just passing through.
Oh, that's a pity. And that you've got like all the guys are definitely like agreeing and like their attention is definitely on to you. So like what are you wanting to?
My goal is to uncover like I want more information about them. So um yeah, okay. I'll say I'm assuming you boys are from town then.
Most of us not originally. We actually work for the Cornholts. And they just kind of smirk and.
Figure out where the corn
My name is
are.
Calliope. What can I call you, gentlemen?
Well, you can call us whatever you like, miss.
Just don't call me late for dinner.
Ooh.
And about this time, another person walks into the bar, into the saloon, and it's the sheriff.
Oh man, cannot stand that guy. I wouldn't say that. That's above table.
And he just
I
kind
would
of.
like.
What?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. I was gonna say Wyatt's gonna, because if I remember correctly, Wyatt's more towards the middle and more open seats than Silas. So Wyatt's gonna grab his drink and very subtly like stretch and move to the other stool on the other side of Silas.
Okay, so as you do that, the sheriff actually like gives some space between you guys, and it gets kind of uncomfortably close to those workers.
Okay.
And the barkeep just like doesn't ask him anything and just like he gets a cup of coffee and one shot, and he's just sitting there.
Okay.
And the guy to your left, Calliope's like, well, would you prefer a different environment than this, Miss Calliope?
Wasted no time.
I love how this campaign has just turned into like eHarmony.
This is not an eHarmony.
No, this is not a eHarmony
Oh,
situation.
no.
I know.
This is a
environment are
different website.
proposing?
Emphasis on the harm.
True.
What is going on?
I'm trying to get his thing to work, and it's like not working. Whatever. All right. So I guess we're not gonna have visual on Jeff. Okay.
I mean, I can try.
No. Let's not let's not try that.
Okay.
What I need to do is, I have an idea. Okay. So Calliope, what do you say to that?
What kind of environment are you proposing?
Oh, he just raises his eyebrows.
Oh, I think you know.
Spread chaos.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying not to get annoyed either. So.
Hey, we got you. We backed you up.
You can't follow a blank out.
Oh no, I
Close
meant in the room.
proximity.
Yeah. Tell me what you're looking for a rich suitor.
With a handsome dowry.
With a handsome dowry. Father won't sell me for anything less than 4 pigs.
Froggy. While we're waiting on this,
Mhm.
can Silas beckon the barkeep over,
Yeah.
and he's gonna ask him a question.
Okay.
He would like slightly nod towards the group and ask the barkeep, "Do these boys pose much of a problem around town?"
Ooh.
And he actually he kind of motions for you to be quiet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I should have said that. He says it like not too loud, but I can roll thingy me.
Okay. Yeah, if you could roll for me, that would be great.
Roll for
And
screaming.
Critical fail.
okay, and so
these boys.
Hey, are these boys causing a problem?
Where is it? It's probably stealth. My stealth is actually pretty good.
yep.
Oh, I like that. I just want the record to show. I got my shotgun.
That is 3 successes, Froggy.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
Got a 2 and a
Okay,
7.
so you definitely so you definitely kept that under don't they've definitely caused some trouble in the past, and that's definitely why the sheriff luckily came in. Don't worry, he'll take care of it if something happens. Hopefully there's not as big of a mess this time.
The picture just that caught me off guard. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm really trying to do this. There you go.
Bugbear just appeared out of nowhere.
Yep.
I was like, is that the sheriff?
That's my man. That's my man.
No, that's
That's so funny.
So handsome.
had that close-up shot. Extreme close-up.
It's just
There we go.
just out of nowhere.
Well, I can't control like that weird pop up it does. There, we have that image.
No.
Perfect.
Love it.
That's
Okay.
great. Thank you, Frog.
Yeah, so we have something. I'm gonna try to do that with all the characters, so I have a backup. But okay, so I'm sorry for that. So you hear that, Calliope? I'm sorry. What did you tell him after he asked that question?
I said, what kind of environment are you proposing?
Oh, he simply did the eyebrows, and all those guys were snickering.
I'm really tempted to just like cast my witch magic on him. But
No.
I'm trying to find more information.
Wait.
This is like no.
He's traumatized by the witch magic.
So the sheriff kind of leans forward into your eye view, Calliope. Oh.
Okay.
He bothering you, man.
No, he's not bothering me. I think we're getting along quite all right. And she'd wink at him.
Roll a deception or a persuasion.
Okie dokie.
And text me which one it was.
Okay.
I'm living for this. I'm living for it. I can't wait.
Wait. 14 successes. It's the only thing
14.
Actually, wait, I gotta check my talent real quick.
Well, you're winking at the sheriff at the moment. So
Oh no, I was trying to wink at the gentleman next to me.
okay, you can do that one for the gentleman, but just do another roll for the sheriff if you could please after this.
Okay, here I'll text you both.
Okay. Okay, so the guy right next to you gets a lot closer to you, and like his hand is like in the small of your back, and then the other guy is kind of moving the same. The sheriff, he kicks the leg out of the guy right next to him, grabs the back of his head, and slams his face into the bar, and like blood shoots out. Cause yeah, he busted that guy's nose.
Let the record show that Wyatt would stand up from his stool and put his arm like in a ready position, but he wouldn't grab anything.
And then he's still holding that guy's head, and he just letting him slide off low. And he just grabs it after the body goes to the ground. He grabs his coffee. You treat him right. And he just starts drinking his coffee slow. And the guy right next to him, we're doing this again. And the guy that's his hands on the small of your back isn't paying attention. He's just paying attention. Hey, Jeff.
Yay.
I'm back.
We don't know what's going
I don't
on.
know what happened.
Neither do I. But like, I guess I'm gonna try to put the minis behind that way.
So the guy that has his hand on me is not paying attention to what's going on.
No, he doesn't care about the sheriff.
Okay, I didn't. Calliope would ask him in like a flirtatious tone, what kind of work do you do for the Cornholts?
Oh,
And if I have to roll for that, I will. But
You've got big
I'm not
arms. What are you working on?
well, we're all helpers of the Cornholts, whatever they need. Today we're working in the fields, just taking care of some stuff. We take care of their mansion, do some carpentry, and he's like twirling like some of your hair with his like filthy hands.
Yeah.
We do all kinds of things. We're really good with our hands.
Oh my.
Man's thirsty, but ain't got no riz.
Man's
Nope.
got game.
He's got nothing.
Calliope would say, I like a man who's willing to get dirty in his work.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
hold on, wait, hold.
Hey!
Okay, so because there's two things happening right now. You've got guys kind of surrounding the sheriff, and then your situation. So
So good.
so the sheriff is like sipping his coffee. He's setting it down, looking left to right. You're wrong. Boy, bleed on the floor there. You gonna listen to me that time? And so they just kind of bow up to the sheriff, and he said, to you, Calliope, well, we can do all kinds of demonstrations of that later. We could bring it to our barracks.
Oh, are they? Is that on the Cornholt property?
Just off it.
Why are you raising your hand?
Because I didn't want to interrupt, but I have something Wyatt wants to do.
Okay.
Wyatt's just gonna. He's not gonna talk to you, but he's just gonna walk over to where the exit door is, where they all came in.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna lean up against the post with his string.
I want Silas to like walk up behind the group that's surrounding the sheriff, just stand up real tall and look down on him, and I want to roll intimidation.
Ooh.
All right.
And I want to give you an extra dice.
Okay. Roll your intimidation.
Let me look at it real quick. Where is it? There you are. 2 successes.
Okay.
With
The shortest of the group turns around and just looks up at you. Well, you won't.
He doesn't say anything.
So you just staring
And
at you.
he's like, he's got where his thumb is in like his belt loop, but he's got his knuckles on.
Okay.
He's just standing there.
Okay. The sheriff actually like does a quick motion where he slides off of his seat, and the chair like dodges back kind of at an angle into the guy that's next to you, Silas. And so he cusses because it hits him in the groin. And so the other guy starts swinging at the sheriff. And so the guy that's in front of you, Silas, glances back, sees that, and he's going to go at you.
Yeah.
I love how giddy he is.
Okay,
Silas is about to snap one's neck again.
Yep, roll me a parry to kind of.
Parry's not bad. Parry's not bad.
It shouldn't be bad.
That's 3 successes. With the focus of
That Harry so good.
You barely beat him out.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Like, so you, like...
He goes, tap, and then slaps him.
Yeah, because he was actually...
Some Sherlock Holmes stuff.
Yeah, so he was lunging at you with a knife you didn't know he had.
Oh!
And so you dodge out of the way there. What are you going to do?
If I can recreate the 180 head spin, that'd be great. But
all right, roll me an attack.
Okay.
Can lightning strike twice?
It can.
It'd be like his luchador finishing move.
Do I get another dice and see if I can just end this man?
I kind of want you
I want another dice, Froggy.
Okay.
Shoo! Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh my god! That's 5 successes. 2 twos and a 4. My rolls are on. I'm not even kidding.
Okay, you simply.
This seems fake. I swear. Hand on a Bible.
Okay, you have 3 fresh momentum at the moment. Do you just want that as extra damage?
I don't want to kill him, to be honest.
He just tried to kill you.
Finish him.
That's fair game. That's fair game.
Yep.
What are the other options I have?
The other options.
Just in case.
Okay, let me grab the sheet so I can explain it to you. Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Because I either have the opportunity to just punch this guy's head off out the building, or do something else with it.
Okay, so you've got bonus damage, a called shot, which is 2 momentum. You can disarm him for 2 or 3 momentum. Reroll damage for 1. You can have a secondary target with 2 momentum. So what you could do is you could spend 1 momentum to get 1 extra damage and use 2 momentum. Actually, no, you dual wield your knuckle duster, so you only have to spend 1 momentum to get another target.
Look at his giddy smile.
Yeah, this is exciting. He's about to take out the whole
Okay. So, how much momentum you said I had?
You have 3.
Okay. I want extra damage.
Okay.
Can I use, so if I target a second one, can I use that 3rd momentum on that second guy?
Yeah.
Okay, I want extra damage on the first guy.
Okay.
Second one to target another guy, and then extra damage on the other guy.
Okay. Well, no, the other one. So you have to. What's going to happen is you have to roll your damage, and you just add 1 to the total. You're going to spend 1 of those momentum to actually be able to attack.
Okay.
And then,
gotcha.
yeah, and then so to actually be able to attack them, and then the other momentum, you can actually use that for an additional dice to roll against him.
Okay, this is for the first guy.
Okay.
I rolled 2 2s, a 1, 3, and 4.
Okay, so you punch him with your knuckle duster right in the throat. You hear that gut-wrenching crack, and as dark blackish red starts pouring out of his mouth as he drops to the ground, you spin around, and what do you do to the guy next to him? Roll your 3 d20 to actually see if you hit.
Lord.
1 d20 or 2?
3. Because we're going to use one of those we're going to use one of those momentum for you to actually be able to get an additional dice.
Why?
Oh, these rolls aren't as good. 1 success this time.
No.
1 success?
I know. Yin and yang.
Well, you kind of caught the guy off guard, so roll me some damage.
Just, I was like a little gremlin laugh.
Okay, 2 3s, a 2, and a 5.
A 2 and a 5.
Yeah.
Roll me a d20 and tell me what the number is.
This number is 10.
10. You rock this guy in the ribs. Like, he's still up, but he's like, oh. And
this is what I was born to do.
yeah, and while this is happening, the sheriff boxes the guy's ears that he hit in the groin, and so his hands go from his groin up like that. So that's his dirty fighting one, and then so that was, and then his other. So his attack is that. And then he, as he's going up to hold his ears, the sheriff headbutts him directly in the nose, and he drops to the ground.
The sheriff is my new best friend.
First, it was the creepy guy with the sarsaparilla.
That's the other guy.
I know.
Yeah.
Little's Choice and Friends always help us in game. Yeah.
So Calliope, you just, out of the corner of your eye, you just saw death, destruction, and mayhem to your left, and the guy he's focused on something else. He doesn't care about what's happening behind him.
Yeah, I figured.
Yep. And the other guys that are with him are in the same mindset. Wyatt, you're Right, but which doorpost are you by? Like, are you in the right or the left?
The door. It's a double door, right? Is that what you're
Yep,
saying?
it's a double door.
I'm on the one. I'd let the door be in front of me, so if anybody walks in, I have a visual. No one can walk in behind me.
Okay, because two gentlemen do walk in.
Okay.
2 additional gentlemen?
Yep.
Who are these?
Yeah. Can I roll an insight on them or an observation?
Yeah. Well, you're gonna see just the back of their heads because of where you're standing.
Any kind of gear or anything? Can I see?
Yeah.
If I
Roll an observation for me. Calliope, you can roll me an observation as well. Silas, you're a little preoccupied with the excitement and the adrenaline that you just dropped this guy. Well, and almost this other one.
Understandable.
2 successes, Calliope. Okay.
I also have 2 successes.
Okay. So, Calliope, what you see is, do you know who Danny Gillies is? The actor? He's the actor that played Elijah in The Vampire Diaries.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then you see Ian, like the guy who played Damon, right next to him, walking in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You see the
AKA some hotties.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do they do when they enter?
they let's see here. They're walking in, and then they stop just slightly, like a few steps into the door. They had a smirk on their face, and then it's not smirking, and they're staring at the guys on the ground, and they're like searing holes pretty much in the back of the guy's head that's talking to you, Calliope.
Oh. Calliope's gonna turn, like, very, very openly turn her, the way she's looking to him.
Okay.
Like, body language and all.
Well, which one are you?
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Which one are you turning your focus to? Because there's 2 of them.
The one that his eyes are, like, burning into the back of the head. Of
Okay,
the man
so,
that was
that's the one that's the one that looks more gosh. I'm gonna just have to say like their character name or their actual like actors' names because I can't. Like I wish I had like a picture of them to be like this guy and this guy, this guy, this guy. But the guy who played Elijah, so that would be the guy who looks like Danny Gillis. He's the one that's like staring into the back of the guy's head.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
And so
Yeah,
you're
my body language would definitely shift to him.
okay. Both of them walk up. The other are the one that looks like Damon from the Vampire Diaries. Puts his hand on the shoulder of the sheriff and kind of whispers something into his ear. And the sheriff just kind of turns around and starts drinking his drink again.
Oh, okay.
And he turns.
Wait, the sheriff went back to drinking and I'm still fighting?
Those guys are pretty much down. They're
Oh, okay, good.
yeah. The guy that you rocked in the ribs looks at those guys and his head goes down right away, and he just starts backing up away.
Mm.
And the guy who just whispered to the sheriff turns to you and he's like, "Thank you so much for taking care of that. Can I buy you a drink or anything? I'm sorry that my boys caused you such trouble."
Silas would go, appreciate the offer, but that's no need. And he would sit down next to the sheriff at the bar.
Sheriff, I think, yeah, Dennis is dead, isn't he? He's looking down. Yep, he's dead.
Add that to your kill count, Silas.
Yep. That's mildly unfortunate. Brian. And so the guy that's been trying to talk to you this whole time turns around and just turns white.
Okay.
Hi. Evening, sir. We're just leaving. So they like grab those guys just leave, and they bring Dennis out too.
Wyatt would light his corncob pipe.
Okay, so those guys just kind of hightail it out of there. The gentleman that looks like Elijah or Donnie kind of goes on the other side of the sheriff and like acknowledges you, Calliope, and just kind of like smirks and I apologize if they gave you any trouble. They won't be saying another word to you. And he just kind of turns and just kind of orders a drink.
Okay. So the plot thickens. Calliope would smirk and take a big drink of her drink.
If you do you know anything about whiskey at this time? Like they would water it down. They'd water it down, and then they would actually, to add flavor, they'd sometimes soak like rattlesnake heads, or they'd add turpentine to add flavor. So this is actually, turpentine has been added to this whiskey to add flavor.
Ooh. So it wouldn't be a big drink. It'd be like a sip.
Yeah. Yep.
So whiskey was kind of like LaCroix.
Oh,
Really
I
strong.
hate that.
Dude, don't ever insult whiskey like that again.
Well, no, they tried to
Right,
stretch
though.
it. They tried to stretch it, so they tried to make things work, because like a lot of they're yeah, so they're trying to stretch it, add flavor, make things special, and it didn't always work out. Yep. So he's sitting there. The other gentleman is right next to him. They're very, very well dressed. Actually, roll a society for me, Calliope, and Silas or Wyatt. You can roll. You had rolled it. What you saw before is two individuals that are very confident in the way they carry themselves, very well dressed from the back of them prior, and you had two successes, and you have two successes. So that's roughly what you could see, Wyatt. With your two successes with a society, Calliope, correct?
Yes.
Okay. They definitely carry themselves, and they have beyond manners on the way that they actually present themselves, like the way that they're touching the bar itself. They're doing it in a appropriate manner, and they're not getting themselves dirty that way. The way that they stepped over the corpse was entertaining slightly, but it worked. Yeah, so they were there.
Okay, so Calliope would say to the one that's closest to her, she would say, you're much more of a gentleman than the boys you employ. And she means that as like a compliment to him, not an insult to them.
Oh, well, thank you, miss. Once again, I do apologize about them. it seems that we'll actually have to do some lessons on etiquette, possibly. And your name, miss?
Oh, I'm Calliope, and she pulled out her hand.
He grabs it, kisses your knuckle, and he says, "My name is Giovanni."
Okay, Giovanni.
Yep, Cornhole.
I love the name.
Giovanni.
I love the name.
Hey.
She would say,
Giovanni.
"Pleasure to meet your acquaintance."
And this is my my younger brother, Dominic. And he's a little too far to do that, but he like grasps your hand. And so how long are you in town for?
Oh, not extremely long. I'll probably be here for a few more nights, though.
Oh well, that's splendid. What's your business in Brabridge?
I'm gonna say, well, I've never seen alligators before, so I wanted to see an alligator.
Clever.
Roll a deception.
I have 3 successes on that
Good.
one.
Okay.
She doesn't miss.
Really?
Sit on a throne of lies.
Yeah.
Smell like beef and cheese.
Huh.
Marty.
So, never seen an alligator. They're impressive creatures, I guess, but we could maybe. And he looks back at Dominic. We could possibly have that arranged.
Is it with the same guy who gave us a tour earlier?
No. I don't think those guys worked for the mill. So. She would say, "Oh, I would absolutely love that," in a flirtatious tone, but not like overly, but like excited.
Okay. Okay. So, well, looks like you already have a drink, so I'm not going to bother you in that manner. We can. I could talk to my father and see if we can maybe have you visit the plantation. We can go out to one of the farther ponds. You might be able to see one there in the next day or two, if that would be all right with you.
Yes, that would be perfect.
Okay. Hopefully it doesn't, shorten your trip, because we won't want to hinder your plans in any way, shape, or form.
Oh no, not at all.
Okay.
These boys.
You say I like these boys, Silas?
Yeah.
Right about now, the sheriff turns to you, Silas. And he moves his drink over to you, like the alcoholic one, not the coffee one.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of nods at you, and he just goes back to drinking his coffee.
He takes a drink. For sure.
The sheriff looks like he's mid-60s, and he's still dropped those guys.
Dude's a unit.
I like the sheriff. We're gonna become best friends.
Even though the sheriff is like,
He can fight. That's why I like him.
It's Liam Neeson.
It's straight up dirty fighting. That's all it
Are
was.
you missing a daughter?
Froggy, if you're finished what you're doing, Wyatt wants to do something.
Well, what are you gonna do?
He wants to walk up to the younger brother. I think you said his name was Dominic.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to ask where Dominic got his clothes. But what's Dominic wearing before I go ask?
He's wearing like a fine three-piece suit. The jacket of it, it actually has like partial tails. So the jacket is farther down. It's mid-thigh, so it's like almost like a smaller trench coat. Neither of them wore hats coming into the building. They both had nicer ties. All the buttons that they have seem to have been silver or gold.
Okay.
And the lighting in here really isn't the best, but they're both wearing darker shirts underneath. So they are wearing all black. And their boots, even walking from, you know that they had to walk outside, that their boots don't seem super muddied up from walking outside.
Okay. Dominic's not in conversation, is he? I kind of get the impression he's off a few seats away from everyone else.
He's standing right next to his brother, kind of paying attention to the conversation between Calliope and his brother.
Okay. Wyatt would walk up to him and say, "Hey, sorry to bother you. Quick question, if you don't mind, sir. I love what you're wearing. I was wondering if you could tell me where I could find similar outfit. My clothes are a little worse for wear, and I was looking to get some new threads."
He slowly turns. Well, we actually brought in a tailor, so I don't know how long you staying in town.
Really, I'm just going wherever the trail takes me. I'm not in any kind of hurry. I'm just trying to see the world ever since my father passed away.
Roll a deception.
I can do that. Where's deception? Oh, there it is. I got 2 successes.
Okay. Well, if you're really wanting threads, as you said it, we could maybe wire to see if we could get our tailor here.
Well, I appreciate that. I don't want to make you go out of your way. I was hoping for a store. I'm not trying to put anybody out, so I appreciate your offer, but no need to go through any trouble for me.
Oh, okay. What was your name, sir?
Oh, Wyatt.
Nice to
What
meet
was
you.
yours?
Dominic Cornholt.
Nice to meet you. I heard about the Cornholts on my way in. It's a pleasure to put a face to the name, and I'd reach out my hand to shake his hand.
He looks at your hand before he takes it. So what have you heard of my family? As he takes your hand.
I just heard that you have a plantation out yonder. Really, I haven't heard much more than that.
Good answer.
All right. He turns to the barkeep. Just get him another drink.
Much obliged, Dominic. Much obliged.
Got the money.
Well, enjoy your stay, Wyatt.
I will do, Dominic. Thank you.
And you just stand there.
Yep.
No, I would walk past him.
Because he turns
Like
back
bully
around.
past him.
He turns back around and grabs his drink.
Okay.
I
Well,
would. Go
Oh,
ahead.
it's
Sorry,
a
no.
pleasure. I'd grab my drink and sit down. If you ever need anything while I'm in town, you just say the word. I'd go back to drinking.
All right then. So, what other conversations do you want to have with these guys, if any, Calliope?
I don't think there's anything else. They're gonna arrange a little a little trip to the plantation. I mean, Calliope would make just general talk with them and like, but I'm not seeking to find out any additional information. I'm more so just I'm trying to think of the best, like basically like keeping them entertained with conversation and keeping them interested and intrigued with conversation, but not seeking out any additional information.
Okay, so you could either roll a society or persuade or a deception to try to do that.
Okay. Do you want me to text you
Yes.
what I rolled?
Yes. You can tell me the number of successes, but just tell me what it necessarily is.
I had 3 successes.
Okay.
I'm guessing Silas and the sheriff are close to them.
Yeah, you guys are really close. Sitting, it's little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shoulder to shoulder, basically.
Dang. If I could like look at Calliope and like motion to like get them away so I can ask the sheriff a couple questions. Somehow like not
So, like,
it's not like yeah,
Calliope
it'll be like a head nod, not like Silas going like
So he's like this. Well,
if I
soon
do it
soon after they're like, well, it was a wonderful time chatting with you, Calliope. Would you want to? I guess we'll be back possibly tomorrow night, or we could be back at noon if you'd like, if that would work for you and your schedule to.
What do you want to do? Yeah. I'm not trying to bust your time.
Noon works wonderfully for me.
Okay, so would it just be you, or have you come with anyone else?
Okay, hey, so above table. Should I also include you guys?
You should include at least one of us, somebody, or Bodan, or Toady, or somebody.
Well, I know that. I'm just communicating. Should I be like, oh yeah, those two, you two guys, this fight.
do you want like do you want to be like use like either me or Wyatt and be like, oh, I brought protection or something like that, or do you just want to be like
bodyguard?
something? Silence was a bodyguard.
That's funny.
if
Well,
Silas can fight,
guys,
he's
be
happy.
careful.
This is probably metagaming, but if you say Wyatt, they're gonna catch on that one of you is lying.
Yeah,
And if you say
agreed.
Silas,
Because
it's
Wyatt's
gonna-
conversation is like
Yeah.
totally different from mine. So
However,
actually, then
you can't
it's
use
gonna be
that.
Bodan and Toady. So I'll say,
It makes sense. It's a
Yeah,
good choice.
I just brought these two wood people, just forest people.
And neither of them.
Hey, right now we look rather strapping.
That's true.
okay, so
That's
actually,
fair.
what I'll say is,
I don't think you're wearing
I do
that.
have a small group of companions with me. I may be able to see if they would like to tag along, and I can let you know tomorrow.
Oh, that would be splendid. We always like having guests. And he looks to his brother like, we do miss the old days of just a lot
The old
more.
days of
Just the old days. Well, we had
okay.
a lot more of a community. So yeah.
Bullish.
Well, you have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow at noon.
See you tomorrow. And she do like a small little curtsy.
Okay. They leave, and like the rest of the bar during this whole thing had been like almost hushed, like while they were in there. And then
Interesting.
when they left, some of the guys are just they're looking at you again, then back to each other, and they're like, I'm gonna talk to her. Yeah. It's just
Silas would be as he's taking a sip. He would say to the sheriff, I like the way you fight, Sheriff. If you're willing to tell, if not, that's fine. Are those boys much of a problem around here?
They have their moments.
Did not
Silas
take
gets
it
up and
very
leaves. Just no, I'm not.
You just get up and leave?
No, I was joking. See if I can understand him.
You didn't understand what he just said?
No, I literally didn't.
I also
I literally had no idea what you just
Okay.
said.
Yeah. Say it again.
They have their moments.
Okay, I got that one. They have their moment. All I heard the first time was, it's like, what did this man say?
That's very similar to what I heard the first time, to be honest.
Then I would look around at Calliope and Wyatt, just like figure out, is it time to go, or
Wyatt would signal with his head. And he's not not in a we have to go, but if you guys are ready, we can go. We have something to talk about now that those people left.
Okay. Calliope would walk
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
Silas would say, well, thank you, sir, for your help in that fight, and he would give some money to the barkeep and order him a drink, and then he'd walk out.
Well, thank you kindly, and I'll clean up the mess.
Thank you, sir.
You know, I like the sheriff more and more. At first, I hated that guy.
I love the sheriff.
I loved him from the jump. I just didn't want to get stuck in a conversation with him.
I started liking the sheriff when he kicked a guy in the privates and then boxed his ears.
Yeah.
Well, he used a chair actually, and then he boxed.
Oh,
his
I mean
ears.
the chair.
I was gonna say, I knew he was
That's
about
better.
it when he kicked the chair out from underneath that guy.
So y'all are
That's how you know
going.
he's a wrestler.
Huh?
That's how you know he's a wrestler. He gave him the chair.
Yep.
Wow.
So Bo and Toady.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Careless whispering.
your wonderful evening, and then the wonderful night that you're having.
Hey yo! You see the goats outside.
You see these
There's
doors?
a sock on the doorknob.
Hey yo!
My God.
Our neighbors right now are like, what?
Yep. There's
Same with our neighbors.
okay. So there's
Silas would see this vlog and just say, "Oh God."
okay. I'll put it this way. There's an interlude at the moment, and you're hearing a heavy breathing from Veronica's room.
What?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Then it goes to like a sobbing.
Oh no. Oh no.
Silas not caring about.
Oh, you're not. This is before. This is all during like the freaking whoop down you were throwing down. So this is.
Oh, never
Yeah.
mind. I thought he was there.
Nope.
I
Not
thought
yet.
this was after.
No. Okay. So we hear sobbing in the room next to us. Okay.
So you finish up that, and then you were like sobbing. Okay. Sorry.
I think Cody would be like, we have to go look at Bodhi and be like, we have to go check. Like we have to go keep this, like we've kept this woman safe so long. We have to go check on her.
Yeah.
I
You
know. Like,
know,
what?
you know,
Come on, Bodan.
Bodan would agree with anything you said
Put
right now.
your
Yep.
pants on.
He would. He would agree with anything you said. Oh yes, of course.
I'm just waiting.
So, do you knock on the door?
I think Toadie wouldn't go over alone. She would want to go. I mean, she's like attached at the hip to Bodan at this point, you know.
Mhm.
So she
Oh.
would want to go knock on the door, but she wouldn't want to go alone.
There's
Okay.
they're attached
Yeah.
to each other.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Are you
Okay.
cool with that, Bodan?
100%.
Go knock.
100%.
Okay. So,
Okay, she'd knock and be like, "Are you okay? Is everything okay in there?"
when you knock, the door slowly creaks open, and you're seeing candles like in a circle around her, and she's spinning like on her side.
Oh God Almighty!
Oh no! Oh no!
God Almighty!
And there's
doing
like
the thing that kids do, like
The
This
running
is-
Yeah.
around her like
This is what premarital sex does, children.
so you've
That behind
so
you.
she's spinning and she's crying, and then there's like a dark shadow in the center of it, like holding her,
Oh Lord!
like spinning,
Mm.
like she's
Really?
cradled like something. And then the shadows in the room are just starting to go around, and then she kind of opens her eyes and sees you, and she gets dropped, and she's kneeling, and she looks up, and her eyes are totally black voids looking at both
Cool.
of you.
All right, let's kill her.
Okay.
And then she blinks.
Okay.
She blinks, and then all the lights kind of go back on. Oh, I'm sorry if I bothered you.
ooh.
Okay. Okay. I think. Okay. Well, Taylor would be scared. Hoopless. But what would Toadie do?
I think I might have figured some things out.
So is she still looking at us with the pitch?
No,
Black
she
eyes.
blinked. She blinked, and her eyes are just regular. Then after
Oh,
she blinked.
regular.
Have a
Okay.
conversation with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the room's back to normal.
Yep.
Okay. Ooh. All right. Cody's gonna walk in, and is she still laying on the floor?
She's kneeling.
Kneeling.
Yep.
Okay. Cody's gonna like kneel in front of her, and I think Toadie feels a kindredness to someone that might be dealing with something that they don't know.
Okay.
And recognizes that in her own self. And like just grab her hands and be like, tell me, what do you think it is?
What?
Or so what does she say? I think I know some things. I figured out some things. Yeah,
Yep.
she'll be like, what do you think? What have you figured out?
Oh, I don't need to be as scared. I just learned how to control it a little bit.
Lord.
That is true, though. That is true. She wanted something there.
oh,
I think
that's
at that
incredible.
point,
You were able to,
Cody would look back at like Bodan and it's been like, what?
Well, Bo just saw the first supernatural thing
Oh, that's
he's
right.
ever seen.
Frederick right now.
Oh yeah, so he just like passed out or something.
But like, you need to roll a discipline for me.
Ooh.
I get a roll a thing, but dag nabbit, why's it gotta be this?
But remember what you're yeah.
Oh. Oh no. This isn't gonna be good when I find it. Yeah, that's I didn't do anything in that.
He's so scared he turned Irish.
So it's failures,
Yeah, not a thing.
not a thing. You're
Nope.
okay. So well, I guess you take 4 resolve damage.
Shoo!
Ooh, shoot.
That is one less than to actually take like a trauma. You were like on the verge of, but you're kind of shell shocked. You're just like, your mind is like, how did she just what was how? And Toadie's looking back at you, so that's what's shaking you out of this.
Oh, how sweet.
How sweet
it
is to be loved by you.
That her looking back was that one.
Yep.
Name Jesus.
So kind of like really really slowly and kind of shaken up, Bodan's gonna approach like almost as if there's like a rabid dog in the room.
I can't hear him. Can you guys?
Put that dog in.
What?
What is that?
Okay.
Can you guys hear Jeff? I can't.
I can hear Jeff.
What?
I can hear Jeff.
I can't. Why?
You can't hear
Forbidden
him?
love.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm missing it.
Jeff, try talking.
Could you repeat what you said?
Hello, this is Jeffrey Bean talking.
Nothing for me.
Talking.
Welcome to the Jeffrey Schausa Show.
That is
Jeffrey
weird. I can
talks
hear all
about
of you guys,
Schaus.
but not him.
Unbelievable.
Weird.
Inconceivable.
I don't think you know what that word means.
Inconceivable.
Why don't you leave and come back?
Okay, I might try that.
And see
Hang on.
what-
Can you?
BRB.
Bye.
Okay.
All right. Well, Toadie just disappears from existence for a
I don't
second.
think that. Yeah, the shadows took her. Bodan's
Yeah.
doing.
Bodan just loses it.
So anyway, I started
Okay,
blasting.
so I say we kill what's her name?
No, we don't kill her. You
I'm
know
afraid
how
of what happens if
you
we do.
you know how souped up as like a ally she would be if she learns how to control this thing.
I mean, she did
Yeah.
supposedly.
Yeah.
Plus, Bodan's gonna be like freaked out, but he knows that her husband worked on the thing,
Yep.
on experiments, summoned that deal, and somehow that's science, and
Yep.
so we're
Yep.
good.
Yeah, it's all science.
All fine.
I believe in science.
There we go. So there we go. Okay, we're back. Okay, so
Okay.
Toadie and Bo, you're holding her hands. Bo, you're walking up, and I'm imagining you're putting your hand on Toadie's shoulder.
Yes, that's good.
I'm dreadfully sorry for ruining your evening. I'll just go to bed. She releases your hands and goes to the bed that has like lanterns next to it. She kind of just curls up in the blankets.
You gotta keep her in. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Keep the candles.
I don't think there's any more to say. I think we GTFO.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that
Yeah.
You tripping? Yeah.
Yep, you're
So
done.
she's like in bed. She's crawled in bed. She's
Yep.
going to bed. Right.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Is she
Um,
though?
Toady might say,
Sweet
"Do you
dreams.
okay? Do you want to talk anymore about what just happened, what you just saw, or do you need to rest?"
Um, I just have to process some things, and like I said, I don't want to ruin your evening.
Okay.
So
You didn't ruin anything. Don't worry about it. Get some sleep. We can talk tomorrow.
okay. Um,
Oh,
good night.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good night.
The most scared goodnight ever muttered.
Yep.
Okay. Um,
Well,
I feel like it's a liability just leaving her in that room without anything but
You want to sleep in there with her?
no.
you want Silas to sit in the corner of the room, just
But that's
That's
where
some
Calliope's
weird
supposed to
dream.
sleep.
She said she can control it, so she probably
Yep.
doesn't even need night lights anymore.
I don't think she can control it.
I think she's being controlled by something else. Um,
The Hat Man.
yeah, I think Toady would leave her, walk
Okay.
out of the room, leave her be
Okay.
freaked out,
So
planning
a-
on telling everyone.
So as you leave the room and you close the door behind you, that's roughly when Silas, Wyatt, and Calliope come back.
Okay.
So you're going back to your room, like you're close to getting back to your room.
Okay. And I
So
see that.
they.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, they would see Bodan without a t-shirt on.
Without a shirt, yeah.
Like Bodan's half dressed for sure.
Yep.
That's right.
Is their hair all messed up and everything?
I am glad you picked the top half to be undressed.
Well,
I mean,
I get some pants on.
You think he walked in the room with the bottom half of the dress?
Weird.
Okay, what? He's so hairy.
That's more traumatizing than the demons.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, but well, are you okay? So why don't just stop and I just look at the two of you and go, okay, well, moving on.
There would be so much to say, but we can't when we're like this.
So
Silas,
Yeah.
Okay,
It'd
well-
be like Bodan has his hand on the small of her back, like leading her back to the room. See
Yeah.
them beat red, raise his hand like he's gonna say something, and just be like,
listen, Tony, we're happy for you. That's great. Put the rest of your clothes on. We gotta talk real quick.
Silas would just go, congratulations.
You guys
Pat on Bodan's back.
That's
Okay,
the
just
greatest
a reminder, Toady, your usual garb is like a slip-on like buckskin dress, so that's
Yeah.
and Bodan, those are buckskin pants, so that is quick
Yeah.
to put on. And then if you want to just put your jacket on, that'd be hilarious. But
Okay, yeah. She throws it over.
he's a little warm right now.
Yeah.
Up.
Yeah.
Her hair's messed up, but she puts the thing on and she runs out.
Well, thank you. Sorry to interrupt your evening. Calliope, why don't you give us a quick rundown on what you've signed up for tomorrow?
The lovely cornhole boys are coming to pick me and my group up at noon tomorrow to go see the plantation and go see alligators. And she's like, it's like show and tell is the way she's like explaining it. She's like so proud of herself.
Wyatt would go, but Silas and I can't be a part of her group, so we're gonna have to split up.
I killed a man.
Yeah,
Toby's just gonna
actually,
be like looking at Silas like, of course you did. It's like,
Wyatt's gonna turn
He's
his,
got blood. He's got blood up and down his arm, like blood splatter.
Wyatt's gonna turn his full attention over Silas and go, I forgot to tell you, that was a great punch. That was solid, dude. I'm proud of you. That was great.
He's about to hurt my friend, the sheriff.
toxic masculinity.
So I was thinking, why don't we? So he doesn't know why Calliope's in town. Why don't we split up and then decide as a group here if this is a good idea? What if Silas and I ride in early and tell him that we're looking for the lost girl and put all our cards on the table, and you guys play it in disguise, or we can go at a later date and try to tell him the truth and hit him from both sides and see if we can find out any information? Or is that a bad idea?
Well, I think this would be the time when Toady like brings up and goes, "Well, you did not interrupt our evening, Wyatt, because we were interrupted by Veronica, who was weeping in the room next door, very loudly because we had to hear over some other noises.
Yeah.
Sure she wasn't
We
crying
went
for the
and
noise.
checked, and we saw her. And Toady says something. We saw something supernatural, which Bodie might not like, but that's what
Bodhian's gonna
he
flinch
says.
at that word.
Yeah. And just describe like we saw the shadow man again from the train.
Wyatt immediately looks over towards that door to see if there's anything coming out of
Oh,
the shadows to eat us.
that's
So
very interesting. They must
Toby-
stay bonded.
They bonded.
We're not the only ones bonding tonight.
so Toadie's a little scared about leaving Veronica alone.
I'll sleep in her room.
And yeah, she's too scared.
I mean, I guess if you want to, I think she'll probably be fine in the daytime, or heck, she could probably go with you all.
Where are
as
you
part of-
actually having this conversation?
The hallway, right?
Well, I thought we were following you guys into your room when you were dressed. Maybe I just understood.
Oh,
We're
okay.
hallway, aren't we?
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was like in the hall.
Oh, well, that can be in the hallway. That's fine. I was the only one that misunderstood.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, in that case, we'll need to whisper if we're in the hallway.
Okay,
It might be too late for that.
Yeah, I guess it might be too late.
We can
My
we
bad,
can-
y'all.
we can have watches.
You're the only one who's talking badly about her, so.
I was saying good things. I said she'd probably be fine. I'm more worried about people overhearing us talk about the cornholes. This is what I'm more worried about.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you're going to see alligators tomorrow?
Ooh.
Okay. Are you going alone?
You're invited. I just invited you and Toby to come with me.
Okay, I like that. That's nice.
Toady squeezes Bodain's hands and's like, "It's a date."
Ew.
Should we take Veronica with us tomorrow?
She fit in high class, kind of. Do you think it's dangerous?
Why not?
So
If,
where?
if it's dangerous, you guys don't have to take her.
So where
No.
are you having this conversation again? I misunderstood. Like, is it in your room or
I
the
think
hallway?
I think we're probably like in their bedroom, wherever we're staying, like the doorway. I imagine because they went in to get dressed, and I imagine we just kind of all congregated at the entryway.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Well, that was a little unwelcome, but okay.
Yeah,
You guys left the door open, so
the secret's out. Cat's out of the bag.
yeah.
It's out. Everybody knows. Okay.
So, okay, so I understand that part. So you're deciding if you want her to come or not, right?
Mm-hmm. What to do with
Yeah.
the levitating lady?
That'd be a great idea. She would fit in well. I just Don't know if I can look her in the eyes for maybe the next 24 hours.
Or do we stick her with Wyatt and Silas?
I think that's a terrible idea.
She company. If
Wait,
she's
I-
welcome to
wait,
stay
No,
with us,
honestly,
but
we've had some pretty bad ideas, but that may be the worst one. We've ever had.
nah, we've had
Come on,
worse.
we gotta have some class in that group. There's no class in that group.
They'll beat the
Okay.
class.
Only death.
It's settled. She sticks with us.
She's a beating class.
We could, I mean, if it's just us, Wyatt, we could definitely look like bounty hunters or something.
That's
like
what I'm
that if we go
saying.
with the direct approach.
Yeah, above table, I feel like Silas and I could roll up in there tomorrow and be like, hey, we got off on the wrong foot last night. And when I went to go clear things up, you were talking to a young lady and we didn't want to interrupt. Here's why we're really here.
And
But-
then if we don't report back in the next day,
Then
We're
y'all will
dead.
know when you show up at noon. If you can't find us, we're dead. And these are bad guys.
Are you going to
tomorrow?
the office?
No, tomorrow morning.
Oh.
Or whenever time the group thinks is
hey, my sneak's kind of high. You want to go tonight?
Hey, that could be fun. You want to do a little stealth run? I'm afraid they're vampires. Honestly, because of the reference, I'm afraid that they're
Oh.
vampires.
No, I'm not.
Lord.
Let's not. We'll go tomorrow.
All right.
So were you guys actually talking about the option of doing it at night or no?
No, that was above table.
Okay,
No.
I'm just trying to understand like what are you guys actually
My
talking
apologies.
about? So
Wyatt would probably excuse herself at this point because it's like weird.
Mhm.
What we decided? Do you want to have a vote?
Wait, before as
Fun.
she's walking away,
That's fine.
Silas would go, wait, do we want to keep an eye on Miss Veronica though overnight? We never answered that question, I don't think.
I honestly, I trust her, but if we want someone to keep watch, we can take turns.
I think she'll be all right for
I
now.
don't think we need watch. We just need to know that she's levitating every now and then. And spinning.
Well, Calliope, if you just want to check and make sure those lanterns are full of oil before you hit the hay, we'd appreciate it, and that'd probably be all right.
Okay,
You may not take kindly to Silas or I going in there.
agreed.
Yeah, Silas covered in blood.
So I guess
Good night,
we're
madam.
decided then. Silas and I will go in the morning, or do you guys want us to wait till after your little tour, your little
I would
rendezvous?
prefer you not to ruin my little outing.
All right, well let's take a vote on when we should go, because I'm open to whatever the group wants to do.
Okay.
Raise your hands if you think morning. Raise your hands if you
Mm,
think at the same time. Raise your hands if you think it should be after the tour is concluded.
wait, if we do it at the same time, we're trying to do it like stealthy, or are we just talking to like the rest of the people on the plantation?
It could go either way.
Okay.
I think it's a terrible idea to try to do them both at the same time.
No,
All
I
right.
don't think we should do it at the same time.
All right, well
I
then
mean, if
Silas
he's
and I
going to
will.
ruin her outing, he would ruin our date, so it has to be after.
That's fine. Right, agreed.
All right, well then
I got a date with the cornhole boys.
Silas and I will be up to. We won't get into any trouble tomorrow, and we'll wait till you all return before we go put our cards on the table, so to speak.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I
Okay.
guess we're adjourned unless anyone has anything else they'd like to share.
Um,
In that case, I guess we'll all go to bed. Not in this room. My room's over there.
Silas goes, you two. He points at Toady and Bodan. He says, I'm going to bed. Keep it down. Walks to his room.
You know, I heard a story about the last place we were in.
It comes from experience. And then he walks off.
Like,
Toby's kind of like this, right? At this point.
Calliope would go gently knock on Veronica's door to refill the lanterns.
Okay, you open the door and the lantern seemed fine.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Then
Cool.
I would be probably ready for a good sleep.
Were you staying in Veronica's room, or did you actually have a different room?
No, I'm pretty sure that we were sharing a room, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, so I'd be ready to go to bed in the spooky room. Just right up Calliope's alley.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so you there's like a changing like divider wall, so you get changed in your night stuff, and you start taking your hair down, and you're like looking in the mirror, and then you look to the side for a second, and Veronica's standing right next to you. You don't remember her getting out of the bed.
Have mercy.
Ooh,
Okay.
what? Calliope would say, "Oh, I'm so sorry to disturb you. I was trying to be quiet."
Oh, I kind of heard the conversation earlier.
Oh no.
Um,
I'm glad I didn't say anything rude.
I I think you'd probably be the one to understand the most, but I've figured out how to do some things. And then she just like disappears into her own shadow, like sinking into sand, and then like steps out from behind the mirror right next to you.
Yeah.
What?
Shadow travel.
Oh.
Calliope would do a little like a clap, and she'd be like, "That is most impressive.
I don't,
Did you just learn that this evening?"
and I think I might have figured some other things out, but I don't. If someone went with me, I don't think it would be as easy on them as it is for me. Um, does that make sense?
Like no one could travel with her.
Like it's only her.
Roll an occultism.
Don't mind if I do. Man, Calliope's like having the best night ever.
Yeah, you're just like, okay.
I have 2 successes.
Okay, you're guessing wherever she's going in that shadow, whatever is allowing her to do it physically isn't harming her, but if someone else went with her, they might have to either do a resistance or a discipline to ward it off.
Okay.
And when she stepped out, it almost looked like there was frost on her hair.
Oh, most interesting.
I have noticed that I have to hold my breath, but
But otherwise, there's no pain or harm.
not now. Yeah. Sorry to bother you. I'll go back to bed. Just
Oh, she would reach out and grab her hands and squeeze them lightly and say, "Oh, you're not bothering me."
she's cold to the well. Or your
cold.
your gloves are on because you keep your gloves on at all times, so you don't
Yes.
notice anything. So
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say my gloves are always on.
Yep.
Nobody's seen my hands.
nope.
So she would gently squeeze her hands and say, "Oh, you're not bothering me." And I would love to keep having these talks about everything you're able to learn. I myself have things that others would not understand.
When things come up, I guess I'll talk. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. She just, gently, like she's not gonna hold her there. She can go to bed. That's what she wants.
Good night. She just kind of awkwardly.
So before Calliope is completely going to bed, she's gonna look at her silver mirror.
Look in her little mirror.
Yes.
Okay.
With the room around her.
Okay. The reflection that you see of the reflection self that you're seeing is still all dolled up.
Okay.
And then, but your reflection is staring directly at Veronica in the bed with a grin.
Ooh. Okay. Um. Perfect. Well, Calliope would not say anything because she doesn't want to alert Veronica. Because
Okay.
obviously it's weird if she's talking to a mirror, so she would put her mirror away
Okay.
and get ready for.
Okay. Uh, morning does come for everyone. So y'all have Toady and Bo. Veronica had set up breakfast for you guys to actually come to you guys' room.
Oh.
Cute.
And breakfast always comes to Veronica's room too. So, but she didn't order that for Silas or Wyatt. So
Yeah.
Toady feeds Bodan.
oh gosh.
We're just gonna lean into the cringe. We're gonna lean into the cringe. We're just gonna
Okay.
fully.
Okay.
All right then. All right. Well, I could really make this really cringy. Like it's over easy eggs and it's just dripping on them.
Oh.
Hey, yo. Oof, that's exciting.
Yep. Now we're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna cut
There's
to
a little bit. There's
Yeah.
a little bit on his cheek. He needs.
Okay.
That's so funny.
All right. So do you guys want to do anything in the morning prior to the noon time?
Oh gosh.
Calliope would obviously get not like evening dolled up, but
Mhm.
like really nice outing dolled up.
Okay. When you actually wake up, Calliope, Veronica's already ready, all dressed. And she's actually like excited to help you get ready if you were wanting to.
Oh,
It seems that
yes,
she's
I will let her
enjoying
know.
doing that. Okay.
She's a sweet, scary pea.
Calliope and yeah, and Veronica are like dancing around the room, like being kind of spooky and everything.
Yeah. All right. So y'all are Toady and Bo. Are you wanting to be dressed as your regular selves or dressed up like you were the night prior?
Sorry.
We're going to see alligators, right? So,
We're going to the plantation first, so we are going to be in a nicer environment with nice.
I think seeing Calliope dressed up would be like a cue to, okay, we should dress up too.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
I wouldn't mind seeing you in those slacks.
You in this one?
My favorite one.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll get dressed up in our fancy schmancy.
Okay. So if you do need any help, Veronica, of course, does offer that as well.
Calliope would bring Wyatt a cup of coffee in the morning.
Oh. He'd share it with you. Like, have a conversation.
Roll a
Sorry,
resistance.
What'd you say?
Roll a resistance, Wyatt.
Silas is smoking a cigar down in the lobby, drinking already.
Okay. All right. So what kind of conversation does Wyatt and Calliope have? Or really, or is it nothing?
Did you sleep all right next to the lovely Miss?
Yes, and she actually showed me some of the things she's been able to learn, which is quite interesting.
Are you gonna be safe today?
Oh, I think Wyatt has a little clutch.
Yeah.
What?
My best of abilities.
Well, in that case, you'll probably be all right, won't you?
Be
Aww.
all right, girl.
Lovely. I hope you are safe as well.
Thank you. Keep an eye out on Toady and Bodan there. Gotta
Whoa.
keep their eyes focused on the right mission.
Yeah,
Well,
you're a little disturbed.
it's perfect cover. They're just the love struck couple, and they're willing. So
All right. Well, don't get too handsy with those fancy boys.
Get handy with the fancy boys.
Calliope would be like slightly leaving her room, and she'd go, "Or what?" And then like,
Yes.
Just coffee.
Yes.
Yeah, like what you gonna do about it, Wyatt? What you
Yes.
gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm seeing
It's just coffee's what
no
he's gonna do.
romance in
You want all this.
yes.
You gotta get this.
I wouldn't have anything else that I was going to do for the rest of the day.
Okay.
The rest of the day?
Excuse me, before noon.
Okay.
The rest of the day was wrong wording. The rest of the morning.
Okay. So actually, a pretty nice like covered wagon pulls up in front of the hotel, and what's going on here?
Giovanni or Dominic. Is that who you're talking about?
So you've got Giovanni and Dominic that actually come out, and there's a third one with them, and they come into the hotel and ask for Calliope and her party to come to the Cornholt.
Let the
Plantation.
record show that Wyatt and Silas are not in the building at that time, so they wouldn't be seen together.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Calliope would come to
Smart.
So
Bodan would take Toadie's hand and lead her down the stairs.
Oh my gosh. When we wear fancy clothes, do we give up like all of our, like Courtney's mentioned she's got all of her stuff on her. Does that is that
I have my hidden things
you have
on.
your hidden things?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I don't have any visible weapons
Okay.
on me.
okay, so
Okay.
Bo can hide revolvers in his
A Bowie.
in a Bowie knife. Toady, there are ways to hide a tomahawk.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, are there?
It's gonna be awkward because you are wearing a bustle, so it's a big. There's a lot of things you could hide in there. It's just gonna be really uncomfortable.
Okay.
And you do notice that Veronica does carry a larger, like it's a bigger purse on the verge of almost being a carpet bag with her at all times. So she could actually carry your tomahawk in it, which would be kind of. But if that's what you'd want her to do.
I think Cody wouldn't want to go anywhere without her tomahawk.
Okay. And your hawk would probably stay in your room.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, little guy. You might poop on the party.
Yeah.
Fancy party.
Yeah, my cat is definitely. I just remembered my cat probably has been in Veronica's room the whole time.
Yeah, it's just so you know, your cat like stays in the corner as far away from the bed as possible.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
It doesn't want to be around her.
Yeah.
You don't know why.
Yeah. My poor cat.
Okay.
So I also will bring my shotgun though.
Ooh.
And I know it can't be hidden, but he's not going to hide it. and the excuse that he'll give anyone is that if they do see a crocodile, he was interested in hunting one.
Okay.
It's for trophy room.
So actually, before we leave, I'm gonna put my cat in Wyatt's room. And leave.
Hey, yo.
Okay, is it a male or a female cat?
It's a
Oh, no.
it's a female cat.
It's a male?
It's a female.
Okay. If it was a male, this would be a very different situation. So, okay.
Cool.
Still let it my stuff.
Okay, so the Giovanni helps Calliope into the covered wagon, and then Dominic actually helps you, Toady, and Bo, and the third individual helps Veronica. The third one looks like Michael Malachi.
Mm.
Just kidding.
If you know who that looks like. So,
Yes.
yeah, and he introduced himself as Stefan.
Okay.
Yep.
Ooh.
Stefan.
Yep. So, and so they, so it would be Dominic is actually asking you, Bo, about your shotgun. Like, so are you, you're just wanting it mainly for a trophy? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I think the skull of such a vicious animal would look great, especially some taxidermy of it. Either that, or if it maybe is not good enough, could be skinned for some boots or a purse.
Oh, okay. We could definitely help with that. We could make some, bring in some contacts we have. So hopefully we see a large one, and it's a good adventure for you.
I think that would be grand. Yes.
Good color.
So, so Bo and Toady, it's wonderful to meet you, and Miss Veronica Storm, and Calliope. It's an absolute pleasure to have you riding with us. And so, like, as you're riding out of the town, you're Okay. So, as you're riding out of the town, the canopy of the trees kind of grows and has been trimmed in such a way that it's kind of like a tunnel leaving town, going in the direction you're going, and then you have to go over a bridge and like over it's definitely, they've had to keep adding to the bridge to make it longer because the swamp has grown, but the scene that you're kind of going up onto is a very large, beautiful plantation far off in the distance with all these beautiful trees. To the right of it, which is the east, is definitely like an overgrown woods that is the swamp, and then to the left is woods, but intermingled in it you can actually see the like circles of crops. So it looks like they built their farm in the woods itself, like in spots, compared to totally like leveling the woods. They built, like they cultivated it in spots that were already kind of cleared out, it looks like.
Mm. We love the sustainability family.
Toady and Bodan probably would love that.
Mm-hmm.
Our family has really been around since, let's see here, that would be around the 1500s, when our family kind of settled down here.
What brought your family to settle down here?
The location was perfect for the crops we wanted to grow. I believe. Um, the specifics of why we left Europe, of course, are usually like freedom, spiritual freedom.
I don't know.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that we still are the same way. So
Totally understand.
they're farmers. They're not vegans.
I said pagan.
I know you did.
Pagans?
Yeah, well, if they would have left for
We're all
religious
pagan.
reasons, they were probably Christians when they migrated. But by now,
Or
if
they
they're
were
not the way
too
they were,
radical
yeah,
for a Christian church.
What was that?
They say they were too radical.
Yeah, yeah, they had crazy beliefs.
They're crazy even for their little
The Inquisition,
Snake charmers.
Templars. They're vampires.
So, how much of this land is actually yours? I see the farms over there, and I assume probably over into the kind of some of the swamp. But I'm impressed. It's already extensive. I hear you live in a mansion, and here's the plantation.
Yeah. There's the. Well, here's the main house for where my mother and father live. Then farther that way is mine and Dominic's. We're working on getting just some more built. We're having to wait on the mill, sadly, but what are you going to do? You can't, control the flooding. So now for the amount that is actually ours, I don't. Well, all of Brybridge, we know that. So he's like literally thinking there. He's like, most of the county, right? Yeah, most of the county.
Wow.
That is very impressive. And you had that kind of wealth when you came to America?
There was not necessarily. There was some wealth to at least get land, but then our ancestors just prospered very well, made very good business decisions. Where they decided to settle was very fertile soil, and of course, getting into logging and timber was a great idea too. Have you ever thought of investing in like timber or anything like that, or what actually is your line of work, Bo?
My line of work is hunting, trapping, skinning, and the general survivability of the outland.
Oh, so you directly do?
Yes, I've had many first-hand experiences out in the wild. I know the trade from top to bottom.
Oh, are you want to expand to be more of like a in the fur trade in some ways?
Probably so, yes.
So then the conversation kind of goes like as you're kind of going in this. The drive definitely has a big U and it just stops right in front of the plantation, and the doors are opened and Giovanni gets out and so does Dominic, and Stefan gets out the other side and helps everyone out. So this is our family home, and Giovanni's like, well, I definitely want to have more of a conversation with you, Bo, about possibilities of maybe our family getting involved in your fur trade and growing that, if that or if I'm stepping on your toes in any way, I don't want to do that. So we just want to be
No,
here to
no.
help.
Yeah, I would gladly have a conversation with you.
And so as you're walking up the steps of the plantation, that's where we'll end this session.
Ooh, so
Nice.
good. Those
All right.
make some pretty good coin.
I hope so.
I was gonna say Toady be really quiet that whole ride because them talking about coming over and settling and finding land, she just knows that means people got pushed out. So she'd be real quiet that whole ride.
Understandably so.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd be like, yeah. So
It's all right. She could just squeeze Bodan's leg out of the leg.
Yeah. They, as I know, they're definitely darker complected. As a note.
oh, okay.
What?
Interesting.
So they can't.
Interesting.
Not what I expected.
Yeah, interesting.
They're not like you've got a complete contrast because Veronica is like almost glow in the dark white,
Yeah.
and then these guys are very Mediterranean,
Okay.
if not
Brown skin.
yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So
Ooh.
Seems Greek to me.
Yeah.
I mean, with the names like Stefan, Giovanni, and Dominic.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's true.
all right, so we will end our session there, and we'll see everyone next time.